Hi there. The thing that I want to talk about today is reframing and rephrasing your diet story, your story around food, making food your friend instead of thinking food as the enemy when you use the D word. I'm on a diet, the dreaded diet word. I can't eat this and I can't eat that. I mustn't eat this. We are starving and depriving our body and our mind and our soul of really good quality nutrients. We end up coming from a place of lack of food in our bodies, lack of nutrients in our body, lack of love for ourselves. So what if we were to reframe this? We remove the lack of more that we look for. That's what it creates. What that more does is we end up wanting more of sugar, more of salt, more of cravings, more of alcohol, more of caffeine, more of some imaginary acceptance that we're looking for. But honestly, it's all inside of us, accepting ourselves. So instead of saying, I'm on a diet or I can't eat this, how about we reframed our mindset and came from a place of positive kindness towards ourselves? Instead of removing, we add. Here are my top suggestions. Now, it's in no particular order. These are just suggestions, and you may have others, and I really would like to hear from you. I particularly like to have soup, water-based soup, vegetable soup, clear soup, broth, mixed soup with vegetable soup with chicken. I call it a hug in a mug. It fills me up, it keeps me going, and it's a perfect addition to starting a meal, to the main meal. Next one is salmon, wild caught salmon. I love salmon. It's so good in healthy fats and it keeps you full longer. Like it really does. The fattiness that it naturally contains, it just keeps you going for hours. And it's really very good for us to have a couple of times in the week. Leafy greens. Now I know this can be a hard one for some because you're constantly chewing on this green salad. But if you were to dress it up with nuts and good quality chicken or boiled egg or avocado to it, it increases the volume of the food instead of increasing the calorie intake. It is high in fiber. It is so rich in antioxidants, spinach, collard greens, beet greens, kale. And if you cook it well, it's a delicious addition to any meal. Nuts. Nuts, we've got to have them as a snack on us. Not the salty kinds, not the cocktail nuts. Brazil nuts, a few of those, soaked almonds, walnuts, a handful. Doesn't even have to be every day. Olives, nuts and olives, your go-to snack. Chia seeds. God, soaking chia seeds, this is truly a real superfood. Soaked chia seeds soaked in coconut milk overnight and some chopped fruits on top. It really, really keeps you full longer. It's just this magic seed or grain or supplement you want to call it. It's everything in one. It works so well on us because it keeps us full for hours. Mix it with oats, which comes to my next suggestion. Oats, brown rice, quinoa, buckwheat, a good source of protein to have. I've recently started making quinoa fried rice. So the rice is substituted with quinoa instead. I get the same satisfaction. And I know it keeps me going and it's better for me. With rice, oftentimes I do feel very full. I do feel bloated. But the quinoa, it adds a nuttiness to it, a natural nuttiness to it. And you realize in time that it keeps you full longer. Another one is cruciferous vegetables. Now, this is a hard one on my kids, but I've learned to cook cauliflower as cauliflower wings so that it has all the additions without the artificialness because it's all homemade. We do baked cauliflower and we add some meat to it sometimes. Broccoli stir fry and cabbage soup with, again, chicken and meat. These are not as high as protein in as much as animal food, but it really does wonders for you because of the fiber content that it has. So overall, A combination of food plans using any of these ingredients or having them as a snack. I mean, avocado is a great addition to any meal or salad. This fruit is such a miracle food because it just adds so much flavor to a salad and the natural fat that it comes with. Now, these are just suggestions, but the idea being if you were to reframe your story around food and add things to your food, to your diet, to your meals, to your plate, as opposed to taking out and depriving your body from feeling full and happy. Food should be making you happy. Look forward to your meal as opposed to, oh gosh, I don't know what to eat. I'm hungry. Now, of course, this takes some planning and prepping, but you can make a lot of this ahead of time so that when you open your refrigerator or you open your Tupperware, there's always something ready for you to eat. I truly would like to hear back from you on your suggestions on what's your go-to food to add when you're prepping your meal.